you couldn't get a blade of grass in the assholes of the rest of the people at Barstool during this. They fucking puckered up and crawled away. And if I were Dan Katz and Kevin Clancy or Dave and those people, when I'm in some trouble, I don't forget that. When I'm in some trouble, man, you would expect somebody. These people, I bet you, Dan, I guarantee you Dan's done a lot for those people. I guarantee you Kevin has, and I know Dave has. And they were fucking nowheresville. I don't actually want Bill Simmons canceled, but what I do want is if you're doing shit, in your house and you're pointing outside your house, make sure your fucking house is clean. I mean, Bill Simmons, that I don't care, but you can't. If you're Jemele Hill, if you work for that guy who wrote that the Williams sisters have his Amazon quality, and Serena Williams looks like she bangs like a porn star when she was 18 years old. I mean, that is fucked up. I don't care. I mean,
it's not a great look.
Write it. Somebody sent me another one of his old columns today from 2000. And again, I'm not canceling the guy, but oof, there is some racist shit in there, man. Flat out, undeniably racist.
Like what?
Huh?
Like what?
Well, I'll give you an example. So they're interviewing Andre Miller. This is how old this is. He was the sixth pick in the draft. And Bill Simmons was like, I think he's the first one that might know who his father is or something. Then they interview Andre Miller and they ask him what his mother's name is. And he says, she says whatever the name is. And then Bill Simmons said, then they asked him what the father's name was. And Simmons wrote missing.
Oh, my goodness.
Then he wrote a thing with Sean Marion where they go back and forth with Craig Sager. And Craig Sager writes, hey, Sean, what do you think of this? And he literally writes like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like he does that. Like it's just, it's problematic. I couldn't look at it. I had to walk away from it. But my point is, of course, is that Jemele Hill is a fucking phony. And I wish more people at the company we work for would point that out other than me and Dave to some extent. We can get to Kevin and Dan stuff, but man, oh man, I think I was on the YouTube channel last night. I mean, you couldn't get a blade of grass in the assholes of the rest of the people at Barstool during this. They fucking puckered up and crawled away. And if I were Dan Katz and Kevin Clancy or Dave and those people, when I'm in some trouble, I don't forget that. When I'm in some trouble, man, you would expect somebody. These people, I bet you Dan, I guarantee you Dan's done a lot for those people. I guarantee you Kevin has, and I know Dave has. And they were fucking nowheresville yesterday. Scared shitless. Easy to call. By the way, when we don't, I don't care. I mean, I don't care about Dave and Kevin and Dan's whole thing. But, people are happy to call us racist. Willie Colon with the Adam Jones thing without any proof. That fucking idiot. And, who I like, by the way. And obviously Ellie, like, well, I mean, what'd you think of yesterday? Were you offended by that or not? You defending him or not?
Friend was. You saw Ellie's friend, the same woman who
I didn't see that. No.
Used to call us out. She was retweeting the old mixes of Dave.
Oh, what did Ellie do about
with
that?
her We Rate Dogs account? Yeah, she was retweeting a bunch of them.
Oh, that's good. And Ellie did nothing, right? So wonderful. So I'm happy. I'm happy to do it because I like those guys, and I think it's a comedy website. We've gone over it. It's a comedy website. They did a comedy sort of thing for 4 or 5 minutes. Was it funny? No, it was not funny. But when you do things like that, you occasionally do things that aren't funny and seem 5 or 6 years later stupid. Of course. That's the whole fucking point. Like,
it's also hard to say. It's also hard to say it's not funny now because we're not watching it the moment that it happened. I don't remember that incident. Like, I don't remember that episode of the rundown or anything. But we're looking at it 5 years later, completely out of context, and saying it is funny or it isn't funny. It doesn't matter if it's funny. It's an off the cuff, immediate reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it doesn't hold.
It doesn't hold up well, but
we know that.
I don't understand how is it just outright racism if you legitimately don't know the race of someone?
I mean, I wouldn't be trying to offer a defense on that one.
I'm not even trying to defend it. I'm just trying to say if someone is biracial or racially ambiguous and you get it wrong, is that itself a racist statement or a racist behavior? I don't know.
Yes, today it is. Yes, it is.
Well, that's the other issue is that they paint these things with eliminating blackface from TV shows or the thing with the rundown. You're making subjects taboo. Like now you're saying, don't say the wrong thing here. Don't joke about the wrong thing or don't do the wrong thing. So now people are afraid to even discuss those. Like the rundown thing was just an honest conversation they were having. maybe with jokes involved or whatever.
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
now you're afraid to even address those topics.
I don't know how honest it was. I think it was amplified for.
No, but you know what I'm saying. It's like that's a conversation between three guys. The way three guys would have that conversation at the time.
Yeah, they could have it at a restaurant. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, like I said, does it hold up well? No. Did they all acknowledge that? Yes. So what does the other side want? All three of them said in their own various ways they wouldn't do it again. They definitely would. They wouldn't have done it again 6 weeks ago. Forget today, or 6 months ago. Right. So they know things change. They recognize the changes. I mean, believe me, if anybody paid attention to Barstool, it's the most liberal fucking place in the world. So I mean, you know, they have changed. They acknowledge it. So the other side doesn't want them to change at all. They just want them to eat shit. Right. So that's why I'm fully comfortable now with like the Simmonses who Jemele works for, or the Atlantic, or any of those things. I got even Alyssa Milano. So Alyssa Milano evidently wasn't in blackface, but has an old thing where she dressed up like
she was doing Snooki. Yeah.
Snooki. So she was super tanned or whatever. And she sends out this tweet, you know, saying people don't understand, it's being misinterpreted. Fuck off. Like, you have played this cancel card for years. So people, I think, are totally allowed to take advantage in that situation and try and make her look bad. I have no problem with that. None.
And Alyssa Milano is basically saying, no, I was insulting this individual, not a different individual.
Yeah.
So that makes it okay.
I'm just insulting Italian people, or I'm just insulting people from, but that's fine. We know that's fine. You can do that all day. But, you know, we're now at the point where, like, it's over. The fucking comedy game. Now it'll come back, and I give Mike credit. Mike, 3 or 4 months ago in the studio, kept saying, guys, I think cancel culture's done. I mean, it's gotten quiet here. Like, nobody's poking fun. Nobody's poking fun at anybody. I think
we've got real things to worry about.
Yeah, I think this pandemic has changed the whole thing. Now it is, and look, obviously the Floyd thing was a total game changer for this, but now it is we say this all the time. We are now, from a cultural perspective, in the craziest time in history. They're getting rid of, realtors are getting rid of master bedrooms for terms. TV shows are being erased. Books will be taken off shelves. All these things are going to happen. They're going to come for everybody.
Ban superheroes. They're coming for superheroes.
They're going to ban superheroes.
Hawaiian shirts. They're coming for
Hawaii. Right. Yeah. New York Times writing about Hawaiian shirts are problematic today. Fucking Hawaiian shirts are problematic today. So
the problem, I mean, we've talked about it before, this idea that you can't remain silent if you don't know what to say or something. So everyone needs to do something, and banning Hawaiian shirts, well, you're fucking doing something,
I'm done. Like
Milano, well, you're fucking doing something, I guess. Who knows?
I think for a while
something.
For a while we tried to play along to some extent, and look, I'm all for whatever changes happen. From the Floyd thing is great from a legal perspective. Fine, I'm willing to have any discussion. But I am done having any, no art of any kind should be canceled. No statues should be taken down. No monuments should change names. None of that should happen. I've said this 50 million times, I know. What is past should be recognized and discussed. Enough with this fucking taking this TV show. Who the fuck cares what is on with Gone with the Wind? Nobody. They just, the left, especially at this point, just want to make a fucking point. And, great. I mean, great. So again, what is now going to be accomplished from that? Absolutely nothing.